Sexual assault on college campuses. What is sexual assault? Sexual assault is any type of sexual violence applying force and unwanted sexual activity. It includes unwanted sexual touching and raping, generally defined as penetration of a victim's body against their will. Who is affected? Fraternities and sororities involvement can show more interaction with alcohol, causing a higher risk of sexual activity. It is shown that 33% of sorority women have been raped and 14% have experienced some type of unwanted sexual touching. Helping. Your friends and family and bystanders could always help you if they see a certain situation. But most universities, according to statistics, 125 colleges in the United States have put in their own efforts to stop sexual assault on campuses by having affiliations with CDC's Rape Prevention and Education.
On the interpersonal level, gender has a huge impact on the rates of sexual assault on college campuses. Men are more often perpetrators of sexual violence, while women are most often the victims. According to Swartout, 11% of college men have committed some form of sexual assault. Gender minorities are also more likely to become victims of sexual assault. Assault occurs at a higher rate in homosexual and transgender students than in their heterosexual and cisgender peers. Peer group and social status affect sexual assault rates on the interpersonal level. Men who accept stereotypical rape myths surrounding colleges are more likely to possess hostile views toward women than men who don't believe these myths. Family support and involvement also plays a huge role in sexual assault. Previous offenders are less likely to commit another sexual assault when shown family and social support. Family relationships cause these perpetrators to internalize positive social norms. This is most important in the dissonance process following the assault. On the community level, alcohol highly influences sexual assault. Many college campuses indirectly promote binge drinking through their close proximity to bars and clubs and easy access to alcohol. Women with a history of rape typically consume, on average, more alcohol than those who are not rape victims. Additionally, women who have had 4 or more alcoholic drinks are at a particularly high rate for sexual assault. College party atmosphere allows sexual predators more opportunity to commit an act of sexual assault. Rape culture is one major factor impacting sexual assault on the organizational level. Many colleges possess an atmosphere where sexual assault and rape are tolerated and seen as part of campus life. Greek life also plays a large role in the number of sexual assaults that take place. Parties hosted at fraternities are identified as particularly high-risk venues for sexual assault. When colleges host parties at fraternities, they are supporting a culture prone to rape. Colleges often continue supporting Greek life with the knowledge that sexual assaults are higher among members of fraternities. Policies at individual institutions affect the rates of sexual assault on college campuses. Affirmative consent policy is a policy being adopted by many campuses. It requires that each individual involved in the sexual act must obtain affirmative, conscious, and voluntary consent at each stage of sexual activity. Prior relationship, intoxication, or an inability to indicate clear consent can never be used as reasons for failing to obtain consent. There are downsides to this policy, however. During a sexual assault, there are typically no witnesses to confirm that consent was given during the act.
Now that we've talked and had an introduction to sexual assault on college campuses and issues surrounding it through the 5 stages of the SEF model, I'll talk about possible solutions to decreasing and ending sexual assault on college campuses overall. So first, for the interpersonal level, it can be seen through bystander intervention programs. These programs are used to educate individuals about what sexual assault is, how to stop it if they ever come in contact with it while on the respective college campus. An example of this is at the University of Iowa, the freshman course called Success at Iowa, but more in particular, the course within it named Every Choice. It's the section specifically for sexual assault, and it's defined as designed to help you protect yourself from sexual assault, harassment, stalking, and dating or domestic violence. On the interpersonal level of the SEF model, this course is used to educate individuals about what sexual assault is, and if they ever encounter it, how to react through these intervention programs. However, all this is a course, there are also bystander intervention programs created to educate other individuals about what to do if they encounter somebody else who is experiencing sexual assault. Next, for the interpersonal level, it can be seen through peer groups. Peer groups can often distinguish whether or not they approve of sexual assault or not. To go along with this, they can persuade friends within the group on whether or not they intervene when they see someone possibly becoming sexual assaulted. And Oklahoma State University researcher John Farber believes that the opinions of many people are often influenced by what their friends believe. Oftentimes, choosing the right peer groups can decide if a person believes that sexual assault is okay to happen in front of them or not, and it will most dramatically affect whether or not they intervene if they see it, no matter how many bystander intervention programs they've taken before. Next, on the community level of the SEF model, it can be seen through a number of different ideas. The Injury Prevention Center of the U.S. recommends that college campuses reduce the amount of outlets available to college students. This is so that it limits the number of places students can go buy alcohol regardless of age. Whether getting rid of bars or liquor stores, anything helps reduce the outlet to college students. Another idea is to reduce the amount of alcohol at frats. They can do this by monitoring the frats when they have parties to see if they have alcohol, and if they do, to put them on probation. An example of this is recently what the University of Iowa is doing. They caught frats and sororities with alcohol, and they're all on probation now. And then lastly, on the community level through the SEF model, is to strengthen law enforcement by the cops and have the university approve their discipline to college drinkers so that sexual assault is less likely to occur. Next, for the organizational level, it can be seen through a number of different ideas. First is through the Division of Violence Prevention of the U.S. They recommend hotspot mapping. This allows universities to identify and monitor areas of campus that can be safe during the day, but at night can be unsafe for students to be around. An example of a solution is the blue emergency phones all around the University of Iowa campus. These emergency phones are all over campus where it can be unsafe at night for students to be, and if they ever encounter something dangerous, they can hit these emergency phones and help will be on the way within seconds of them calling, so it'll possibly scare the intruders away, stopping their sexual assault from happening. Next, the Division of Violence Prevention also recommends intervention programs for all students, staff, and outside communities that surround the college campus, so that everybody that lives around the college campus is educated and can intervene if they ever encounter somebody possibly having sexual assault occurring to them. Through campaigns, as another way the communities have a way to become educated about what sexual assault is and how to intervene if they ever encounter it. Overall, organizations construct solutions to sexual assault that the whole community surrounding the college is able to implement and use. Lastly, for the policy level of the SEF model, it can be seen through intervention programs and the monitoring of different areas on campus. The CDC recommends bystander intervention programs for all incoming freshmen on college campuses. By requiring incoming freshmen on each campus to take this class, they all become educated about what sexual assault is, how to recognize it, and how to stop it if they ever need to. Lastly, the Student Affairs Administration of Higher Education wants to start putting fraternities on notice about their parties and how they have so much alcohol. From having alcohol, they believe the frats spike the drinks, causing many people, male or female, to make decisions they wouldn't normally approve of, which ends up causing higher rates of sexual assault. An example of this is Dartmouth University, where they created a hard alcohol ban on frats, and now alcohol is allowed at any type of event, preventing the drugging of drinks occurring, decreasing possible sexual assaults when somebody is either drugged or intoxicated.
In conclusion, sexual assault on college campuses has become one of the most important to discuss topics when it comes to talking about the culture of college campuses. Women are the most targeted when it comes to sexual assault, but it is also important to note that minority students, especially those of transgender and non-cisgender groups, experience much higher rates of sexual assault than cisgender students. The effects of sexual assault can be seen at all levels of the social determinants of health, with social norms playing a large part in how sexual assault is perpetrated. But strategies have also been taken at all levels as well. And we hope that on all college campuses across the United States, and particularly at the U of I, we hope that sexual assault will eventually go down. Thank you for watching.